Hello from Johnson City, Tennessee. I'm Mark Bryant. Welcome to the preview series for Big South Basketball 25-26. Very happy to have with me now Head Coach Chelsea Banbury of the High Point women's team. Coach, thanks for the time.
Yeah, of course. Thank you.
Let's get right into it. Defending Big South regular season champions, defending tournament champions, top pick in the annual preseason poll. Fifth time for that as well. So what are some of the key factors for the successful run and keeping this team at the top?
I think a lot of it's been being able to retain some key pieces and returning players, bringing back Nevaeh Zavala from last year, Aaliyah Collins. We've really been able to keep together a core group each year and then add some pieces each year to help us stay where we're at. But yeah, I would say the fact that we've been able to retain people in the time that not a lot of teams are able to do that.
Right, no kidding. College landscape a little different these days.
Yeah.
So you reached the NCAA tournament for the second time with the program. How was it different, if at all, than the first time?
Well, it was different in the fact the first time it was COVID.
Yeah.
So when we went, we were, isolated for 2 days when we got there and, wearing masks, and they didn't want us to leave the room at first. Finally, they let us go for walks. So, we had a little bit more freedom this time. And then just, this time being in a play-in game, that first game, a little more competitive and a chance to win it. And, ultimately didn't go the way that we wanted, but our girls were excited to be there and, they're hungry to get back.
How do you carry any momentum from an NCAA berth into the next season, or can you? Or is there a messaging you can carry over from one to the other?
A little bit. We don't like to live too much in the past of what last year's team did, because ultimately last year's team's not here this year. But, I think the ones that did make it, they understand what it takes and, the work that goes in, and days get hard, but ultimately your goal at the end, it's all worth it. And that feeling of winning the conference tournament and realizing everything that you worked for finally came together. I'm listening to Vay out there. She's like, she just started giggling and her smile got so big, and she's like, I honestly can't describe that feeling of when it happened. And, I think they want it again. So it's cool having players that experience that, but yet they know how much work it takes, and, it can kind of help the new players along and keep them in line and help them get there.
Right. Well, it says a lot that her name's come up a couple times already, but Nevaeh Zavala, preseason player of the year among your returning starters. What's in store for her this year, and what has she been working on to get ready for bigger and better things this season?
Yeah, I think she's going to have a great year. Last year, she kind of burst onto the scene, first team all-conference, hadn't gotten a ton of recognition before that, but it's really stepped up with her leadership. She's a vocal leader on the team. She's been voted team captain last year and this year, and her game's just gotten better every year. This summer she's gotten in the best shape that she's been in, and I think she's shooting the ball better than she did last year too. So, I'm really excited to see her out there, and I think she's excited about it. Getting some respect, and hopefully she's motivated by it at the same time.
So we know there's a lot of focus on her, but she can't do it by herself. So what else do we have out there? Who's going to be among both returners and incoming players? Who are the other supporting players who are going to play big roles this year?
Aaliyah Collins, she was big for us last year. She missed a good stretch of games with an injury, but before she went down, she was one of the better players in the conference and performing at an extremely high level. She's been practicing very well, and disrupting the ball on the defensive end and making things happen on the offensive side. And, we've been able to add a few transfers in Lexi Fleming out of Bowling Green and Macy Spencer from UNLV, and one actually from here in Johnson City, Brecken Snotherly from ETSU. So we've brought back a pretty good group and then added some pieces that I'm excited to see them fit together.
We know what the conference season looks like in terms of opposition. What have you got lined up in non-conference play that we should know about? And I believe that includes a tournament in New Orleans.
It does, yeah. So we'll be going down to New Orleans. We'll play Louisiana Lafayette and College of Charleston. We just wanted to put together a schedule that challenged our players, get them ready for the conference play, but not also so challenging that, the confidence is hurt going in. So, we were able to get some tough road games. We have that tournament. We'll be going to Houston to play a Big 12 team. And then we were able to get quite a few games at home, including Vermont, who also went to the NCAA tournament last year. So, a good schedule, some good competition, and I'm excited to see what we can do with it.
Excellent. Well, we wish you and all the Panthers the best of luck in the year ahead, and we thank you for watching our preview series of Big South Basketball 25-26.